first template on our list is this. So we're going to learn to say, it is not appropriate for someone to do something.
Okay.
Right? So remember, we said that in a template, there's a part that's always set. And then you have your variables, the things that change. So the variables here are the person, right? It would not be appropriate for someone.
Right.
And then the action, to do something.
Okay.
Right? So it would not be appropriate for you to interrupt him. Something like that. Okay, so how does this template look in Arabic? So this is how we say it. It goes, ma kana li. This is this part that's always the same. Ma kana li, someone, right? The person goes after the li, attached to the li, and something. Then our action comes after the n.
Okay.
So ma kana li, someone and something. That's always how it looks. So examples. Oh, actually, before we do our examples, a few notes on the variables. So our first variable was the person, right?
So it's not appropriate for
the someone, right? And that'll always be a noun, right? Because a person is a noun.
Right.
And it can also be a pronoun because a pronoun, right? So, for example, we could say it would not be appropriate for Musa, right? That would be just a normal noun. Or we could say it would not be appropriate for him. That would be a pronoun.
Okay. So the li in the template, is that a li that we know? Is that the TLDR li?
It is, right? Because it's followed by a noun.
So if it's followed by a pronoun, will it be?
It'll be attached.
Will it be la? That's my question.
It will, yeah. So ma kana lahu, for example.
Okay.
Or lana. So because it's the TLDR lam. Good. And then the second variable, the action, will always be present tense and trimmed. Because we know n, right?
Is a trimming word.
It's a trimming word.
Okay.
And a trimming word will always be followed by a present tense that's trimmed.
Okay. I have a question about the action part. Can we have more than an action? Like, so for example, if we were to think of the example you gave, it is not appropriate for you to interrupt him, right? So the action had a receiver there. So for you to interrupt is the action, and then him is receiver. Yep. So does action mean like an action sentence?
Yeah, an action sentence. So an action will always have a doer, and it might have a receiver, TLDR, right? Okay. Yeah, so you can have that. Let's look at some examples. So here we have ما كان لنبي أن يغل, right? So our consistent parts are the ما كان لي and the n. And remember, it was ما كان لي someone and something. Right? So it's ما كان لي. The someone here is Nabi, which means prophet. And then n, action, which is يغل, which means to cheat. Okay. And we translate it as it would not be befitting or appropriate for a prophet to cheat.
I see.
So here, this is the consistent part. It would not be appropriate for. And then we plug in our someone, and then to, and then we plug in our something. Okay. Clear? Okay, another example. ما يكون لنا أن نتكلم بهذا. So ما يكون لي and n are the consistent parts. And ما يكون is the same as ما كان.
Okay, I was going to ask that. So kana can
come in past or present.
Can it come in also like different conjugations? Like
no, it'll
always just be kana or yakunu.
Yeah, it'll always be in the huwa form.
Okay.
Yeah. So ma kana li, and the someone here is na, which is a pronoun.
So that's why it's a la, not a li.
Yeah, us, and then the second part, the second variable, the action is natakallam, which means to talk. Okay. Right. So we have our consistent part. It is not appropriate for, and we plug in our someone, us. To, and then we plug in our something, talk about this. It is not appropriate for us to talk about this.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Ready to try to work through some on your own?
Yeah.
Okay. ما كان لكم أن تفعلوا ذلك.
Okay, so the consistent parts are the ما كان li n.
Yeah, so ما كان li, that's consistent, and the n.
And then, so our person is the kum because it's attached to the li.
Right, so that's the person or that's the someone.
And then tafalu is the something, the action.
It's the action, right?
And it's present, trimmed, and then it's you all.
It's you all, yeah. And then what are we going to do with dhalik?
I guess it's receiver because we had never do our action.
Do our action, so that's a receiver. And the translation
So it translates as it is not appropriate.
Right, so that part is always the same. So it is not appropriate
for you all.
Right, that's our someone. So for you all. And then
to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do, that's our action. And we have a receiver there to do that.
We're not going to say to, or it's not appropriate for you all do, like we don't have to mention.
Yeah, because we already said you all here.
Okay.
Right, so you don't have to say it again, and that doesn't really sound right in English.
Right.
Okay. ما يكون لمسلم أن يقول ذلك.
Okay, so the consistent part is the ما يكون لي.
Okay.
And our person is muslimin.
Right, so that's the person.
And then the action is يقول. It's present, active, and trimmed.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess ذلك is receiver again.
Yep. And translation?
Is it is not appropriate for.
Right, that part is always the same. It is not appropriate for.
And then a Muslim.
Right, that's our someone, a Muslim.
To.
And then to, also part of our template.
Say that.
And then our action is say. And we have a receiver. Say that. Good. ما كان لي أن أرسله.
Okay, so the ما كان لي أن is the consistent part.
That's the template. And then?
This is li with the extra ya.
Right. It's li plus ya, which is a attached pronoun.
Okay.
Right? So it's attached pronoun that means
it's the person, though.
Yeah, it's the person. So here, person, and then the action is
Orsila. It's present, active, trimmed, and it's I.
So that's the action.
And then the who is pronoun attached to an action. It's receiver.
Receiver, good. And then the translation.
It is not appropriate.
Okay, that part, that's always the same. It is not appropriate
for me.
Yeah, for me
to send him.
The person, and then the action, send
him or it, I guess.
Yeah, him or it. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So ما كان لي, someone, and something. Right? It would not be appropriate for someone to do something.
Got it.